Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody. Just want to say hi, get up on here. It's Wednesday, time for my weekly podcast. So let me do my formal introduction. Hi everybody. This is Tamaya Robles. I am the owner of fixmycreditnow850.com. I am the credit expert and this is my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. Welcome. I gotta get used to that, yo. I gotta get mad used to it. It's so hard. But anyway, that's what she said. Anyhow, so yeah, excuse my look again. I know I'm always apologizing for how I look. I'm still trying to get acclimated with the fact that I get on live and talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying, and do videos because I work from home and a lot of stuff goes on. But anyway, I'm here. I'm here. So feel free to ask questions. Today we're going to talk about rent reporting, trade lines, primary trade lines. And I know it's confusing for a lot of people. Some people just don't know what it is or how it can help you for real, for real. And I'll get into that. I'll explain it to you. I'll let you know how it works. If you have any questions, I'm live for real. All right. So just leave a comment and I will answer those questions for you. All right. So now a lot of y'all have asked me about trade lines. I did a video on trade lines. I will tag it into the somewhere in the video so you guys can see. It's an oldie but goodie. It breaks down exactly what being an authorized user is. At the time when I did that video, it was during the pandemic, I think, or like right when the pandemic hit. A lot has changed since then. Um, Being an authorized user doesn't hit like it used to. It does the job for certain things. It does the job for companies that, let's say, I don't know, they just want a high credit score and they're not looking at anything else, like maybe getting a car or something like that. Then, if you need a trade line, you need to boost your score, go ahead and do so. All right. So, you wouldn't be an authorized user. But if you want a bigger impact, I would promote, or I do promote, getting a primary trade line. Again, I can get into that. I'll probably have to do a video on what a primary trade line is and the impact of having a primary over an authorized user, or piggybacking off of somebody else's credit, right? Again, it is helpful. It does help your credit score, but it's way more impactful than, let's say, being an authorized user. It made you stand alone. It's saying that you don't need help from anybody. You got credit on your own. You're trustworthy. You're a strong contender here. And it lets the other banks know, okay, well, if these people or this company approved them for X amount of dollars, then we should be able to approve them as well. I trust in them. If they trust them, then I'll take a chance too. Being an authorized user, it's like, well, I'm on somebody else's credit. I'm not really paying anything. So they can't really confirm that you're going to be responsible or not. They don't know if you're paying the bill or not. They don't know how you got this credit. Did you go through a trade line company? Is this your mom and dad's card or what have you? They don't know. So that's definitely very important to be a primary account holder as opposed to being an authorized user. Another thing is, um, getting on a trade line, you want to report your rent, right? So if you currently pay rent, and you have been paying your rent on time, your landlord can vouch for you, things like that, then you can make that a trade line. So landlords and property managers don't naturally report to the credit bureau. Okay, that's not their job. They just want you to pay the rent and pay the rent on time, right? All right, cool. So you have to take the initiative and report your rental payments to the credit bureaus. And now there comes rent reporters. So what I did was I got affiliated with rent reporters. one of my cool ass clients tapped my shoulder on that one. I was actually familiar with rent reporters. Those that know me, you know what my capabilities are and where we've stood in the past with these rent reporting companies. Um, I backed off of it for a little bit. Now I'm back at it with the back at it. All right. And I'm dealing with rent reporters and I like them. This is why. For one, they are pretty cheap. We're going to go into that, right? Once you're verified, once your application is approved, literally within 7 days, your information gets posted on your credit report and your score goes up asaptual. Okay, so that could take 7 to 10 days. Now, most of my clients want things done yesterday. So here's the solution for that. All right, that part. Currently, they're reporting on 2 out of 3 credit bureaus, but they're about to report on Experian. So that's great. You want it to post and you want to have trade lines, primary trade lines on all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, it looks really good. 2 out of 3 is good. 3 out of 3 is even better. All right, so I'm messing with that. Now, they're pretty easy to deal with. Their website is easy. They got codes for discounts and things like that. If you look in the description of this live, you'll see the code, the discount code, the link if you want to go ahead and apply. So right now, I'm going to go over the benefits of getting on rent reporters if you pay rent. Now, another benefit, and I'll probably bring this up later, but another benefit is wait, I think this is the one. Yeah. Another benefit is for the landlords. Okay. The landlords can, if you're interested in reporting your rent for your people and offering this to your tenants, this is pretty cool to do. Just hit me up. All right. So just real fast, these are some of the benefits that you get for reporting your rent to the credit bureau. So boom, improved credit score, which we all pretty much know. The customers experience an average credit score of 40 points. Okay. They got a little diagram here. I can explain that if that's confusing. All right. On average. Now, the reason why it's saying on average is because everybody's credit is different. What one person may get, another person is not going to get because it depends. And I talked about this in my other videos. It all depends on what's on your credit report already. So let's say hypothetically, you got a bunch of collections, charge offs, repos, evictions, and then you were at this place for 2+ years and you made a perfect payment, boom, you hit up rent reporters and you have your stuff reported on your credit report. You may not see a 40 point plus increase, okay? Because you got all this stuff that needs to be removed from your credit report. All right. Now, somebody else that, let's say, for example, they have a lot of positive stuff on there, but they need a mixture of credit. Like they got a lot of maybe authorized users, or they got just small accounts where it's not worth a whole lot, but they're in good standing and they have a pretty decent credit score. Boom, they want to report their rental payments. It looks good, especially they're trying to buy a house in the future. Their score may increase beyond 40 points because they have more positive on their credit than they have negative. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Another thing is you can establish and build your credit profile. All right, all customers who were credit invisible established a credit score. So that's where this chart comes in. So let's say you got a teenager, 18 years old, right? And maybe you're charging the rent and you've been charging the rent. It's like $5 a month or whatever. But you want your child to go into this world as an adult. You want them to have a high credit score. Cool. So report the rent. You understand? So they have zero credit. They're starting off with zero credit and then they're paying rent to you. So you can, or they can, because they're technically adults, report to rent reporters that they've been paying rent. ongoing rental payments. So it's not just the past 2 years, but ongoing. So they can go from having zero, as you can see here, no score, and potentially shoot up 670 points. Okay. See how it says no score? If you have no score, we can help you establish credit for the first time. Trust me, I did a video on my Facebook page, Credit First Time Home Buyers Club. All right. Check it out. Check me out on Facebook. I got 5 Facebook groups. My main one, very active, I'm active in, is called Credit and First Time Home Buyers Club. And I interviewed a guy. I got to dig in the crates for this one. Resurrected, so, and maybe pin it so everybody can see it. But this man came to me legit. I think he had a credit score of like 400 and some change. He had no credit. He paid for everything in cash. I think he had one collection account from back in the day. It was like mad cheap. So he got a trade line from me. This is an authorized user. This is around the time of the pandemic, right? Just by putting a trade line on him, I knew it was going to report in 2 weeks. I didn't tell him all that, right? Because I knew what type of results I was going to get. It was going to report in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, his credit score went from 4 something, I think, to an 800 because of the type of trade line I put on him. The trade line had history. He went from nothing to something. And that's what rent reporters can do for your child. Your child that has no credit. Anybody that has no credit, right? You can start them off with rent reporting. And especially if it's going through all 3 credit reports, then what do you want to do? There are 3 credit bureaus, I'm sorry. Then what do you want to do after that, right? I tell people, stop sitting on good credit. Do something with your credit. So build from there. This is the starting point. So imagine starting your life at 700, 800. You dig me? And then you start applying for credit cards on your own. You are going to be a primary with a history. And this is what rent reporters are going to do. All right. Now, again, improved credit score means access to better financial opportunities. We all know that. We know that, right? We talked about it. And sorry about that. It's so weird when I'm doing live. That's when all my business people just call me for business. I don't understand. But anyway, we all know that it opens up the doors for better opportunities. You could get approved for mortgage loans, so on and so forth, credit card payments. But again, it's because it's primary and not authorized user. Not saying an authorized user won't get you some sort of recognition, but it's just firmer, more believable when you are on your own. Okay. So again, rent reporters, it adds a valuable trade line. Okay. Trade line. This is mad important, yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to get on rent reporters, and then this is going to report as a primary trade line, which is very valuable. What rent reporters is going to do is going to give you up to 24 months, which is 2 years of on-time payment credit history. Okay. And it can be on there for as long as your lease is active, as long as the information is being reported, you should be good to go. Okay. It says adds a new trade line to your credit report without a hard inquiry, which is excellent. So as far as inquiries are concerned, I should have done, I think I did a video. I keep saying, yeah, I did a video on it, but I really don't remember if I did a video on inquiries. If not, I'll do one. If you guys want me to do 2023 updated video on inquiries, let me know, leave a comment, message me, do whatever y'all do. And y'all mostly do it when I'm doing my lives, but whatever. It's all good, okay? But your inquiries, so boom. So if you're looking for a quick credit score increase, I have my free 24-hour inquiry deletion ebook. If you want it, let me know. It's free. It's an oldie but goodie. It doesn't work, sort of, kind of, whatever. But if you could get your inquiries off, or you hire us to get it off for you, think about it. Every inquiry is a hard hit, right? Or a hard pull, when you have your soft pull. So if it's a hard pull and it's an inquiry on your credit report, that's a 2 to 3 point drop in your credit score. Okay. So if you have 20 of them, that is how much your credit score is going to drop, as low as it can go. Okay. So if you're removing inquiries, then that means your score can raise 2 to 3 points per inquiry. Again, depends on overall what's on your credit report, because as we know already, your credit report and your credit score is based off of the averages, the positive and the negatives. If you have more negatives, then this is what's going to happen. If you have more positives, this is what's going to happen to your credit score. So that's what it's supposed to be based off of. So the fact that you can add a trade line without getting an inquiry on your credit report, that's excellent, because you might have enough already. You understand? Cool. It does not impact your debt to income ratio. Great. So again, I don't check people's pockets when I'm fixing your credit. I don't ask you how much you're making. That's up to the lender. All right. So if you're trying to purchase a home and you're going through a broker or a lender or what have you, one of my referral partners, FYI, side note, okay, check out the map on my website, fixmycreditnow850.com. I have real estate agents, mortgage brokers, banks, fintech companies, all that on my map. I update my map. It was supposed to be once a week, but now it just seems like it's daily. I'm getting new partners to work with y'all. So yeah, check that out. And then the lender is going to tell you about your debt to income ratio. I don't do it. People have offered to show me. I said, thank you, but no, thank you. That's not my twist. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm the credit expert. That's what I'm going to focus on. Okay. But if you can get this on your credit report, raise your credit score, and get approved, and it helps you to get approved for a mortgage, I say go for it. Okay. Invest in yourself, people. We talked about that as well. Now, it does not impact your utilization ratio. Again, we talked about that before. We talked about Credit Karma. I explained that to y'all with Credit Karma and how you can easily check your credit utilization. You want to pay your credit cards down to 30%, 15% utilization or less, not 30%. Anybody telling you 30%, 25%, 20% doesn't love you, okay? You're still paying interests. All right, but 15% utilization or less is great. Now, because you're reporting a positive trade line, you're technically showing a debt that you're paying on or that you have already paid on, which does typically affect your debt to income ratio. Okay, so that is why it's good to know that rent reporters does not affect your debt to income ratio. Okay. And then lastly, it allows other creditors and potential landlords, it gives them the opportunity to look into your past and your history to see what you're about. Are you credit worthy? Are you one of the tenants that pays people and you're going to potentially pay them or not? Right. But because you're reporting positive, then you're trustworthy. All right. It looks good. Looks good. All right. So now I'm going to share my screen again and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on what exactly is rent reporters. Okay. This should answer a lot of questions. Again, if you have more questions, just hit me up. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Okay. You know how I am. You know what I do. You know how I roll. You know how to reach me. Okay. Now, this is just a little overview on what exactly Rent Reporters is, who they are. What is Rent Reporters? So Rent Reporters is a subscription-based service that helps customers increase their credit score by reporting their on-time rental payment history to the credit bureaus. Everything I just said. Okay. We report the past 2 years of activity. So anyone who has a history of making payments on time can see their score increase. All right. So hopefully that sinks in for you. How does the service work? There's 4 simple steps. Verification of their identity and rent payments. We need basic information such as a social, date of birth, address. Just like what the credit bureaus ask for, that's what they're going to ask for. They need it to even report. I'm going to just be honest with you. These are the things that I ask for when I'm fixing credit, because I can't even do a dispute letter without this information or it will get rejected. Then y'all going to be mad at me, right? So they're asking for the same thing. They need to verify who you are. They need your information. They need to make sure that you really were attended here, so on and so forth. Okay. My people out there that know me, you already. That's all I'm going to say. Verification of rent payments with the landlord. We work directly with the landlord to confirm the on-time payments. All right. For an additional fee of $50 each, meaning each applicant, we can verify and report rent payments made to additional landlords that people have leased from within the past 2 years. All right, let that sink in. Reporting to the credit bureaus. We report the rent history to TransUnion and Equifax. However, they are also going to report on Experian, which is amazing. But 2 out of 3 until the third one comes through is good enough. It's impactful. Trust me, or I wouldn't have affiliated myself with them. All right. Rental trade line added to their credit report. A new trade line will be added to the credit report within 10 days, people. As they continue to pay their rent each month, additional positive history is added to the trade line monthly, which is why it's important to keep their subscription paid and current every month. All right. Now, let's say for whatever reason you don't pay for the month. That doesn't mean that it's going to negatively impact your credit score. It just means that it will be blank. Now, anybody that has seen a credit report or is knowledgeable about credit repair and what is being reported on a credit report, if you look at the monthly payments and it's green and then you see a blank or a shaded area with no information, it's just unavailable information, and it honestly doesn't hurt your credit score. So you should be okay. Just try to make those payments on time. It looks good, because if a lender sees that there's a bunch of gray shaded areas, then it's going to make them question you, and you don't want that. The less questions, the better. You want lenders to look at your credit report, see it, boom, you're approved. You don't want a whole bunch of questions. Once you get the questions, then you got to explain stuff. Then they want proof of stuff. Then they got to verify stuff. And then you done talked yourself into a rejection. Plus, everybody wants things to be easy, right? Like fast and easy. It's fast and easy. So anything that's more complicated, like they don't really want to bang out with you like that. Or if they do, it's just a little stressful, but whatever. Try to make it simple. Now, how do the customers sign up? Again, like I told y'all, check out the description and you will see a link. All you got to do is click on the link. I have a code. I think it's credit 30. You get $30 off. Where's $30 off of what? Somebody, I'm glad you asked. So to initially sign up, I think it's here somewhere. Yep, it's $94.95, right? And then it's basically $10 a month. So for the next 2 weeks, I will be running a sale. Check the description if you forget, but it's credit 30, and I'll knock off $30 for when you sign up. After that, then once you're approved and everything like that, your history gets applied. Boom, your credit score goes up. Maintain it, $10 every single month. All right, you should be good to go. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. All right, and then same thing I said before. On average, most rent reporters, most customers see an increase of, on average, 40 points. Okay, within, it's actually 7 to 10 days they see it after the approval has been completed. All right, so the longer they use the service, the better. Common sense. You're not just going to say, boom, here's 2 years worth of rental payments, I'm done, let's move forward. It doesn't work like that. You want to keep paying, and it shows that you're trustworthy, you're reliable, you can make payments on time, and you're responsible. So yeah, that's that. All right. Now, What I do want to get into very briefly is that I kind of want to prep y'all for the future. All right. Right now is rent reporters. One of the reasons why I'm doing this now is because we're going into the holiday season. We go through this every single year. Y'all want to neglect, I'll say, your credit during the holidays because it's Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, it's this, that, and the third. Y'all destroy your credit. You stop paying people, but you want to go into the new year with perfect credit or a good credit score. All right. I'm trying to offer you guys as many resources as possible so you can start off on a good foot, so you can start off strong. That's one reason. Two, many of you guys are trying to quickly purchase a home before the end of the year. That's how it's always been. This will definitely help y'all. This will for sure help you get pre-approved. Okay. If you want to question it, especially with the whole, it doesn't affect your debt to income ratio, and you want to check with a lender again, look at the map, go to fixmycreditnow850.com, go to the menu button in the drop down, you will see our interactive map of all the lenders. Click on your state, find yourself a good lender, and just connect with them and ask them. Okay. If you don't take my word for it, go ask a lender and then go ahead and do it. It will, what can you lose? You could just benefit from it, right? All right, cool. Lastly, again, those that know, you know, right? You know me, you know what I'm about, you know what I do for the people. I will always offer for, the rent. What is this? Rent reporters. I'll always offer that, but I'm also in the process of doing it on my own, like I did before, but on a bigger, larger scale. And I'm going to do it right this time. So I'll get into that more in the future. If anybody has any questions about that, just call me, hit me up. I already know who's probably gonna hit me up with this, but yeah. And I'm also going to. My goal is to get y'all as primary account holders to have multiple accounts, primary accounts with higher limits older than 2 years. If you understand how important that is, then you may want to get down with me when I blast this out. Okay. My goal is to have this up and running by no later than the end of January, early February, God willing. Okay. And I want to make this reportable not just on your personal credit, but business credit. I'll go into detail about it the closer I get. I don't usually like talking about stuff that I haven't completed yet, but I know some of y'all really need it. A lot of my clients watch me on here, and you know, you have your opinions and you have your questions and things like that. So this is always usually top of the list. About fixing credit. Can I fix your credit? Can I get X, Y, and Z removed? Yes, I can. I need some trade lines, Tamaya. Can you sell me some trade lines? I actually have to get back with somebody. Somebody emailed me this morning about a trade line. Boom. Yes, I could do trade lines. I have access to over 600 trade lines. They are AUs. They go on your personal credit. This does not go on your business credit. What I am talking about is being a primary account holder on an aged trade line with much higher limits under my company. Okay. And where I will report to the credit bureau, it will be this whole thing, all three credit bureaus. But yeah, we'll get into it when it's up and running or it's close to running. I will let y'all know in case you want to get an application in early. Costs money. Please don't come at me talking about can I pay you now a third of what you're talking about now, and then can I later pay? No, we're not doing any of that. Can I get a free trade line? I knew you. I grew up with you. I'm your auntie. I'm your TT. I'm your what is it, abuela? I haven't said that word in so long. I don't care who you are. We ain't playing with them primary trade lines now. Everything else I do help with. Y'all know me. You know I help where I can help, but this is a business. This is real. I don't care if you like it or not. All right. If you need to save your coins, save your coins. But this is an investment within yourself. Reporting your rent to your credit bureaus is a investment within itself. Y'all like to be all cheap. Here's a $30 discount. All right. Use the code, sign up, handle it. All right. All right. So again, I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys are amazing as always. I'm glad I went live this time, but I'm gonna post this up, leave a comment. You know how to hit me, fixmycreditnow850.com, schedule your free consultation, like, comment, subscribe. Let the people know I'm out here in these streets. All right. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.